Welcome, Agile friends. My name is Vasco, and I'm your host for this session with two amazing speakers from Munich in Germany. We have with us Brigitte Weber and Stefan Kastner. Welcome to the summit.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Oh,
So in this session, we'll talk about something we called, when we were preparing, accelerated product development. And it really is accelerated. But first, let me introduce to you our speakers today. So Brigitte is a passionate product coach and trainer, guiding people and companies to unlock their potential and achieve goals that bring lasting happiness. And also, she is also a product coach at the Digital Product School in Munich, which is what we will be learning about today. Stefan, on the other hand, he helps product people to extend their toolbox and to pick suitable tools according to their context, and has done that with over 180 teams and almost 1,000 participants at the Digital Product School in Munich. And we'll be talking about the Digital Product School Accelerated Product Development Program in a second. But first, let me tell you about the Agile Online Summit. There will be other sessions touching on the topic of Agile product development. We have a whole track dedicated to something we call value-centric product development. And you will be able to see that track and all of the other sessions at the agileonlinesummit.com website. So check it out. But now let's focus on our guests. And Stefan, let's start with you. You've coached a massive number of teams and product managers through this Digital Product School program, which is an intense 3-month program. What are some of the key takeaways you got from that experience of helping so many different teams?
Yeah, so I think it boils down to the one main takeaway, that is that no framework in the world applies to every situation, which means for us that we realize that it's the mindset that matters, and once the teams understand that, they can easily tweak any approach into some and turn it into something that works for them, and they can also easily identify any bullshit that is from the authors whom the last time worked with teams years ago.
Can you give me a little bit more of an insight into this realization? So you talk about no framework in the world applies to every situation, but of course at the DPS, the teams that go through that program actually learn quite a few frameworks, right? So how are you able to, at the same time, bring that knowledge, which has been structured according to certain goals, but also help them realize that it isn't the framework that gives them what they need, it's what's behind, the reason why the framework works?
Yeah, so one example, for instance, would be the backlog and sprints, right? So we do not teach the teams the pure Scrum thing, but we explain to them, hey, what's the idea behind having a backlog and having a sprint? Yeah, so meaning agreeing on an outcome the whole team wants to achieve, and then cutting down the way there into small chunks of work that they can easily follow. So, and with this in mind, they can this apply to almost anything they do, not necessarily only the development tasks, for instance, but when they plan the user research, when they organize stakeholder meetings or whatever. So that would be one example. So once you have grasped the mindset, you are free to apply the tools that seem handy in that situation.
And of course, that also hopefully unlocks the team's creativity to adapt to every new situation. How about you, Brigitte? What are the key takeaways that you take from all of the batches that you've worked with at DPS?
so what I love a lot about our environment is the diversity. So many people from all over the world join this program, and I really like to see how they bring together their different experiences and approaches. And that's also why not necessarily every framework works for every team, right? It depends on the situation, the problem they're working on, the kind of solution they are building, and also what kind of people are working together, right? And that's something I like to follow through